Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I wanted to talk about the 5 reasons why you might want to host your LLMs locally. I'm actually at a hotel right now, still a hotspot here, the T-Mobile home internet there. They're both off. Even with that, I was able to come over to my laptop. It's working locally. Even if you don't have signal, even if you're off the grid, nowhere to be found. The one thing you do want to have is the models obviously downloaded ahead of time, but once they're on your machine, they're on your machine. There's nothing else to do about it. The reasons it's listing here are security. It mentions specifically that, protection against cyber threats and that sort of thing. Obviously, running it locally, you have less risk of anybody hopping in between your LLM project, especially if it's for like clients. And it's very sensitive information. Moves on to the next thing, which is data sovereignty. It's talking about regulations and data privacy. If you have stuff locally that's maybe under NDA, stuff that you don't want to send necessarily to, well, that is dirty. Stuff that you don't want to send over to OpenAI, then it just makes a lot of sense for you to host it locally and not need to send this content out. The other thing is that sheer amount of data sometimes that you have to send, especially if it's a RAG application with a lot of data, you're going to run up a bill really quickly. The next point that was on the list was customization, and I think that is absolutely the biggest thing. You can mix and match models. Like right now, that's a very big technique because everybody's kind of chunking and slicing and dicing all these models and putting them all together, and it's making these very incredible models. If you have a task that doesn't really require a lot of horsepower, you could use a smaller model. You mix and match. You can have Microsoft Phi to do some coding stuff, or CodeLlama, or DeepSeek Coder, which are very small, tiny models. And then you can have something like Mistral for managing, summarization and that sort of stuff, or Llama 2. And then you can have the big boys do like the heavy reasoning or agent work if you have something like AutoGen or AutoGen Studio. There's so many different versions and iterations, and they all kind of respond a little differently. And then on top of that, you can fine tune these locally on your own data, and then now you have stuff that responds exactly the way that you want, and that's very important. Right now, ChatGPT-4 specifically, I've had very mixed results with over the course of the past year, just because they're always innovating, they're always adding new things. We have custom GPTs now, we have, the system prompting that was added before that, and there's always stuff coming in, but you're also not in control of how the model's changing. Having something hosted locally, and especially if you're off the grid, you can always count on having the exact same result, for better or for worse. You have the option of keeping that consistency. I'm offline and I can ask it to, hey, reformat that, give me a few more ideas. And it's very easy to have these kind of things in a manner that you can't really simulate with any other service offline. I think these cover a pretty good foundation as to why you definitely want to try hosting your models locally. All right, I will catch you guys on the next video.